KILR KILR Games.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome to my tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 4, a classic. Many say that they really like this version. They have fond memories of it. And we're definitely building memories of it on our own, because this is not one that I've played back in the day. And we're in an area that was not originally covered, not by Microsoft and not by the Sublogic scenery discs either. So we are creating scenery as we go prior to the flight. And there is an area that I found that that I was able to download. I'll have to look at it first, but it will cover Duluth and I think Superior. So I'll check that out. So we won't need to create anything there, which is good. All right, so where are we going? Well, let's talk about that. We're here at Eau Claire. We're practically here at the Chippewa Valley Regional. However, the airport's here just south of the VOR, but I've got it sitting on top of the VOR. We're just trying to get the idea of flying in Wisconsin and Minnesota. I'm not trying to get it completely accurate. But we're going to be going here to Rush City. And this is going to be interesting because it's an NDB. And yes, I put the NDB in here, so we'll need to tune that in and just follow the arrow until we get there. And assuming that my X and Y coordinates are correct, if we take a vector of 310, hopefully that will get us in the general location so we can tune in the NDB and head on there. I thought NDBs, what were they? Non-directional beacons? Is that what they're called? Doesn't seem, it's a directional beacon, so I don't know why it would be non. Anyway, I thought they had a further range than VORs, but I don't know for sure. And that's the interesting thing too, is because there's no DME, so we have no idea how long it's going to take to get there. We don't know how many miles it's going to be. Where's the... Well, there's the Gopher VOR here. I can tune that in. That will give us an idea of miles. So this is zoomed in here. And then here it is again out here, so maybe it's close. Oh, well, that's Cambridge. I did not, by the way, I did not put Cambridge in here because we're not going to Cambridge. I didn't put all these airports in there because we're not going to them. But Rush City I did put in. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our radio set. We're going to want to set this here to 117.3. Now, hopefully that will... I think that's Eau Claire. No, it's 112.9. Okay, yep, that looks right. And we want it 310. So we're going to leave on this vector here. Now, NDB, we need to get that set up. Our ADF 282. And to get this to the NDB ADF thing to show up, we're going to have to go here and nav radios, which is B. And we're going to turn off this, activate VOR2 gauge. And there we go. We're all set. Somehow I don't think going at a course of 180 is correct. So this may not be tuned in yet. Or I put the airport at the wrong spot. I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess. Okay. Trying to see which direction we can take off from here. I guess just pick a direction. Turn off the carb heat. I noticed too that the fuel tanks are full. So they are working. They were going down, but it looks like whenever we save, it fills up the fuel tanks. Well, the ADF is changing, so it looks like we can turn it in. I guess the XY coordinates didn't quite work out for that one. It's not placing it where it should go. Getting the XY coordinates from Flight Simulator 5. You know, on the scenery designer, there's no option to put in like taxiways, so that there's like blue lights. Crap. I was hitting the wrong key for the brakes. It might be in the right spot. if we only have to go 6 degrees, we're at 223. 60, that's close. Well, maybe I did get it right. Or close to right. We are up in the air. All right. Let's get our ADF centered so it's pointing straight ahead. So 283, well, it's about 30 degrees off. But not bad. It's in the general area. Oh, let's go put our autopilot on. Let's see, autopilot 6. Oh. F. We have to set it first. Okay. Yep, we got it set for 3001. That's what we want. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up that map again. So we're heading at 283. So roughly if we're going 283, we're heading, well, not really close. I mean, Rush City's up here. But this is zoomed in, so it's kind of off. We took this here. We're down here compared to up there. It's not going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and tune in the Gopher. I'm on 7.3. Oh, that's what nav2 is set to. Oh, wow. Will that work? I wonder if that would work. If we can keep this tuned in, and if it will give us the distance. Doesn't look like it will. Unless we're not close enough. We should. We've got our flying saucers, or we did have our flying saucers in the air. still have to create the airport in Hinckley, Z-Man. See, Duluth has its, I have a cover, or I downloaded an area for Duluth, but after that we're going to Grand Rapids, Minnesota, not Michigan. We'll do that later. We're going to go to Grand Rapids, Minnesota. So I think what I might do is start off a new scenery area that will include that and some nav beacons coming back. Because I don't want to fill up the existing one that I've got right now. There's not much room left, but I want to try to do a little bit more with the scenery. Not just throw runways out there. Although runways are better than no runways. Here we go. Okay, 69 miles to Gopher. And Rush City, I guess, is maybe 20 miles away from it. We've got a runway 16 and a runway 34. So we'll try to catch runway 34. Yeah. Just getting old, Talia. I see you shaking from time to time. She's going to be 18. She had a sister, Shiva. She was a black cat also, but she had a little bit of white on her underside. But she passed away a couple of years ago. Almost 3 years ago now. She had liver and kidney failure. We tried to do what we could for her. And she was very much the mother of the household. She was the queen. Queen Sheba. Speechless this time around. I don't have too much to really talk about. We could go into some more fun facts. Do that. Can you get a suntan in the shade? You sure can. And also on an extremely cloudy day. The sun gives off ultraviolet rays, radiation so powerful it literally cooks the skin and gives us a suntan. Clouds stop visible light from getting through to us, but they barely make a dent in ultraviolet rays. Even on a heavily overcast day, 80% of the rays will still get through. And if you're sitting under an umbrella on a beach or beside a pool, watch out. The sand and concrete will reflect nearly half of the ultraviolet light, giving you a tan on the soles of your feet. Incidentally, oxygen absorbs ultraviolet radiation and is transformed into ozone. The ozone layer won't let ultraviolet rays through to us. However, if chemicals in the atmosphere eat up the ozone faster than it can be manufactured, we'll fry. Interesting. So they call it a suntan, but the sun's not really browning your skin. It's the ultraviolet rays. What is the X in X-ray? Not much. In November 1895, Bavarian physicist Wilhelm Röntgen was doing research on electricity when he noticed that a sheet of chemically treated paper in his laboratory was glowing, even though there was a heavy piece of cardboard between his work area and the paper. He moved the paper to another room and continued his work. The paper continued to glow. Sounds like something fell in the kitchen. Röntgen realized that a ray he was somehow generating was causing the chemical to glow. He had no idea what the ray was, so he called it an X-ray, due to its mysterious origin and properties. Röntgen continued to do research into his X-rays and won the Nobel Prize in 1901, but no one ever came up with a better name, so X continues to mark the spot in physics books. I had to go check on what fell in the kitchen. We have this refrigerator. It's an old refrigerator, but it's still working. I got it before my marriage. It was 1999. And it's now 2018, so is like almost 19 years old. I'm gonna have to set money aside. I don't know how long those things are gonna go. But we've always had a problem with the bottom on the door. It's got this little bracket thing made out of plastic that holds stuff there on the door, but it's always come off on one side. And so when my wife was pulling stuff out of the refrigerator, it came off and stuff fell. But I always know that we've always had a problem with it, so we don't put anything that's glass down on the bottom. the pretty fields. Excuse me. Got gray farmland here. And clouds in the sky. Alright, what other fascinating facts are there? Not much. Does leprosy make fingers and toes fall off? Hardly ever, despite what happened to Ben-Hur's mother and sister. As far back as 500 AD, lepers were forced to carry sticks to point at things they wanted and made to wear bells to announce their arrival. But leprosy isn't a disease that causes people to fall apart, nor is it even moderately contagious. It's caused by a bacteria that deadens the nerves. Because of this, sufferers will touch fire, suffer a cut, and otherwise hurt themselves without knowing it. These accidents are what cause ulcers, infection, and the possible loss of a finger or toe. The disease itself does not. Nowadays, leprosy is effectively treated by the use of drugs. The name itself comes from the Greek lepros, which means scaly. Does an apple a day keep the doctor away? Afraid not. The average apple provides just 0.0004 ounces of vitamin C, 1/5 as much as an orange, and it contains only 0.07 ounces of dietary fiber. The largest single ingredient of an apple is sugar, 0.7 ounces of it. So where did the saying come from? It began in the early 19th century by American apple growers. Highly religious communities blamed the apple for the loss of paradise, so farmers came up with the slogan in what proved to be a successful attempt to boost sales. They also published apple cookbooks, figuring that there would be less resistance to apples if they were hidden in pies, cider, sauce, and caramel. So here are some of the other ones that we'll do on another episode, another flight. Who was the world's first turncoat? Did anyone bake 4 and 20 blackbirds in a pot? Why is the Academy Award called Oscar? Why were World War I pilots called aces? Why and what are we supposed to tell the Marines? And I think that's Marines, as in fish, not the military. And I might read those here on Flight Simulator 4, or I might read it on one of the other ones. Just depends. Oh, you can see this. It's like, what is this thing here? Oh, look, it changes color. It changes color as it goes. I didn't even notice that until now. Look how it changes color. So what, roughly 25 miles to go? One thing's for sure, we're headed for the airport. Because I put the airport on top of the NDB. We're not going to be lined up at the runway. We might be close. We're heading at a heading of 310. runway I want to land at is 34. You might be surprised. It's like hypnotic in a way. It's like, look at all the greens and grays. Huh. The roar just went off. You must be hitting. Take a look at that map. If this gets to 000, we might be close. We're in the general area. This is what I'm looking at here. So if you see right here, Gopher, this is north, 360. And, oops, nope, sorry, that's Cambridge. 1, 2... maybe 020. It'll just be interesting to see if you can determine distance using this. As it gets closer. Now again, the placement of everything is not perfectly accurate. It's in the ballpark. I tried to make it as close as I could. There's a site that'll give me XY coordinates, exact ones, then I can use that. We're still, oops, we are kind of falling off course just a tad. The ADF is like off a few degrees. Get that center there. See if I can find one map with X, Y coordinates. Google Maps, let me see here. Enter coordinates to find a place. On your computer, open Google Maps. really XY coordinates. That's the longitude and latitude. How to convert coordinates, latitude and longitude to tile XY in Google Maps. How to extract the X and Y coordinates from Google Maps. Let's take a look at this one here. I'll keep an eye out the front window here, make sure that we're not losing, or that we're not missing anything. And that makes it smaller. Ah! Okay. There's no sound or anything. Pin or something. And hold on, let's make this bigger. Well, that didn't make it bigger, did it? Alright, so he pinned it. Oh, see, I've seen this before for XY coordinates. I mean, take a look at this. So here's Rush City, and oh darn it, I thought it was, no, this is it right here. I think that's the XY coordinates. But that doesn't translate to the same thing as Flight Simulator. Well, should we look at aircraft for Flight Simulator 4? Yeah. Oh, look, it's moving. That airport is nearby. Check our map. See, okay, so you can see where I'm at. So that's generally the correct area. You can, if you look, Duluth is pretty much north of that. So you can see that I've got these somewhat in the correct area. I don't see the airport being zoomed out. And just as we do that, I think that's it right there. That happened the last time. Not the last time, but when we were going to Litchfield. We're going in too fast. We're going to need to bring down our flaps. But it was close. This came up to 020 and it was relatively close. So I guess what I'm doing for the XY coordinates is working. I'll try to do an episode on it to kind of show you what I'm doing. There may not, I mean, I realize that there's probably not much of a demand for such a thing, because there's probably not a lot of people playing Flight Simulator 4. Which is why you don't really see a whole lot of videos. You certainly don't see the kind of videos that what I'm doing right now. They might do like one, flight from one location or another, or kind of a retro flashback of, this is Flight Simulator 4 how it used to look. And we need to slow down some more. That helps us swing down. It's definitely our one runway airport. This is another one I didn't do any taxiways or anything. Just did the runway. Not up for me. I wonder if the altitude here is 600 again, or 0. Because it still looks like we're sitting high up. Well, look at our speed going down. is the altitude here? Negative? Yeah, it still says that we're high. Look at that. Goodness. This is a thin one too. Kind of landed at an angle. All right, well, go ahead and turn that off there. And that's it. We are here at Rush City, Minnesota. That was interesting, using the ADF to... I don't really use that often, the ADF, so it's kind of cool to be able to pull that out once in a while and use it. But... well, thanks for watching on this flight, and I hope you'll join me on the next leg of our journey. We're going to be going to Duluth, and it's most likely going to be content downloaded from the internet, flightsim.com. So I'm kind of looking forward to it as long as I can get it to work. Oh, no, sorry. My mistake, not Duluth. It's Hinckley, and then Duluth. Hinckley is halfway there. All right. Well, until next time, be safe. For more future flight simulator content, consider leaving a like and subscribing. There's also other videos you might want to check out where we fly this same flight on other flight simulators. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you around. Watch out for the birds.